This patient was referred to me for endodontic retreatment of tooth number 15. According to the patient, the root canal was done originally more than 10 years ago, and tooth was kind of achy and tender when sometimes she chewed on it for many years. Recently, she went to her orthodontist and she's getting ortho treatment. And the orthodontist apparently ordered a CBCT for orthodontic purposes and noticed a periapical relucency associated with tooth number 15. Referred the patient back to her dentist. The orthodontist wanted the root canal retreated before he could initiate the orthodontic treatment. So from there, her dentist referred her to us. And looking at the tooth, take a look here. This was a 3/4 crown. As you can see, previous root canal, and there's a periapical relucency right there. All right, there's maybe something going on there too. But looking at this obturation material, I could immediately tell based on the radiograph here that these were plastic Thermafil obturators, and based on how under-prepped the canals were, you can see how thin these are. I could tell that this dentist didn't spend a whole lot of time with canal preparation, and created a minimal canal preparation, and then picked the thinnest of the Thermafil obturators and just shoved them in the canals. And when you do that, when you do something like that, you strip the gutta percha off of these plastic carriers. You strip the gutta percha off of the carriers as you're inserting them into the canals. So usually what I see is the entire pulp chamber filled with the gutta percha that was stripped off of these carriers. Anyways, I discussed options with the patient. These are tough to remove because the entire canal, all of these canals are only obturated with the plastic core and not the gutta percha that's supposed to be around them. So the plastic core is hard. So it's very difficult to create space between the core and the canal walls to want to remove these. And I use edge files to remove them. I engage them with edge files and then I pull them. I have a few videos on that technique. Anyways, I discussed all of that with the patient. Patient wanted to try to save the tooth, so that's what we did this past Thursday. We just went in and removed all the buildup material, and surely, as I expected, half of the pulp chamber was filled with gutta percha that was stripped off of these carriers. And I was able to create enough space between the carrier, the plastic carrier, and the wall, the canal wall, to remove them. And this is them. This is them. All right, so here we go. Take a look at the post-op now. We did this in one appointment, and here's the post-op. As you can see, everything went great. And again, we did this in one appointment. We went ahead and temporized the tooth and referred the patient back to her dentist for the permanent restoration. This is another angulation of the tooth, and you can see this split in the apical area of the mesiobuccal root. The canal here splits into two. You can see the periapical relucency here better, and you can see a couple of laterals that we were able to capture as well. And again, another angulation. You can see that lateral here, and you can see the split right there. So everything went great, as I said, and we temporized the tooth and referred the patient back to her dentist for the permanent restoration.